Hi, page turners, Katja here. Have you ever wished you could erase your deepest regret? What if there was a magical pawn shop that let you trade those regrets, but at a price? That is the captivating idea behind Watermoon by Samantha Sotto Yambao. Today, I'm diving into this dreamlike Studio Ghibli-esque fantasy that's equal parts whimsical and thought-provoking. Could it be your next magical escape is the question. So, Watermoon is a book that transports us to a hidden back street in Tokyo where an unassuming ramen shop conceals a secret. It is actually a mystical pawn shop, but only one that can be found by the lost and desperate. Here, people don't trade possessions, they trade regrets. The story follows Hana Ishikawa, who inherits this magical shop from her father. But when the shop is ransacked, her father disappears. And we have to learn about a priceless regret that was stolen. So Hannah is thrust into an extraordinary journey, and along the way, she teams up with Kishan, a curious physicist who stumbles into her world and offers to help, despite the dangers that lie ahead. So together, they navigate this enchanting realm filled with flying paper cranes, portals hidden in puddles, and the ability to travel in fascinating ways, all while uncovering long buried secrets about Hannah's family, her past, even herself, and about Keishan. So, what makes the book special? The world building. This is a feast for the imagination. You've got magical elements that are just so nice to sort of imagine. It's really good if you've got a visual imagination. Every chapter feels like stepping into a Ghibli film or Miyazaki dreamscape. Now, themes of regret and choice are also done really well with whimsy, but still a poignant exploration of human choices. What would you give up to let go of a regret? How much of our choices define who we are? These questions linger as you turn the pages, making the book both magical and introspective. I say turning the pages, but I listened to the audiobook, so I'll tell you about that later. I also liked a lot about Hannah and Keishan's dynamic. Not everything, and again, we'll come to that in a bit, but their partnership is mostly charming and it's a good blend of contrasts. Hannah is reserved, introspective, Keishan is got the scientific curiosity, humor, and warmth, and their evolving bond adds heart to the story even as the stakes grow higher. Now, the recurring motif of mirror flowers and water moons, things that are visible but untouchable, is beautiful. It's like a metaphor for longing, impermanence, and the human desire for what we can't have. And that's also a lot around relationships. What didn't work for me is relationships. So while I'm saying that I liked elements of Hannah and Keishan's relationship, yes, it is sweet. It develops really fast for my taste. It leans toward insta love. And though something comes in to sort of explain that, I was not fully invested in their connection until close to the end. In fact, I think there are areas with intimacy that could have been shortened, and that brings me to the pacing. So the book has a reflective tone but doesn't skimp on action, which I liked. But the pace, while medium, dips into these fast times, and yet there are sections that feel rushed, particularly when it comes to Hannah's family. Um, and Keishan's as well. I wanted to linger on some of those moments and even some of the scenes of the breathtaking world. That said, you might find, the pacing's just right where I wanted it to move on, or perhaps where I wanted to linger, you would want to move on. It's a balancing act. Then we get to some underexplored areas. I liked the concept of the pawn shop and its magical mechanics, the way it works, what it does. But I wish the book delved deeper into its history and the rules. We get the origins of a group within this world, but do we get the shop's origin story? I don't feel like we got enough of it. Anyway, On the whole, I found Watermoon an enjoyable read for its ability to balance whimsy and depth. It's a magical adventure and a meditation on grief, healing, and the ripple effects of our choices. The visuals are stunning, and while it wasn't quite what I hoped for, I don't regret reading it, and I had a good time with it. So let's say if you're a fan of books like Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, or the otherworldliness of Studio Ghibli films like Spirited Away, Watermoon offers that same blend of cozy and melancholic magic. However, if you prefer your Japan based fiction with the literary depth of Sayaka Murata, Mieko Kawakami, or Yoko Ogawa, this might not fully scratch that itch. The author Samantha Sotto Yambao is a speculative fiction writer based in Manila. This is the first book I've read by her, but she's also written Before Ever After, Love and Gravity, A Dream of Trees, and The Beginnings of Always. And Watermoon is a release from this year. It came out on the 14th of January. And when I saw it mentioned by Waterstones as an upcoming release to watch out for, I pre ordered it with one of the 24 Audible credits I get every Christmas. I think the narrator, Cindy Kay, did a great job narrating this. I recently listened to a few audiobooks with really monotone narration, and that was not the case here. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Does this sound like a book for you? And do you like books that make you reflect on life and the choices we make? Or do you kind of think, let's just move forward instead of looking back? Drop a comment below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more magical bookish content. Happy reading, friends.